My name is Todd Levy. I'm the principal clarinetist of the Milwaukee Symphony. But this week I'll be in front of the orchestra as the soloist for the Mozart Clarinet Concerto. It's always a treat to be standing in front of the orchestra with my amazing colleagues in the Milwaukee Symphony. And this week we're having the incredible conductor and pianist Jeffrey Kahane, who will be performing the 14th Piano Concerto and conducting from the keyboard, which is always incredible. And he'll also be conducting Schubert's Unfinished Symphony and Strauss Die Fledermaus, and of course the Mozart Clarinet Concerto. It was the second to last piece that Mozart wrote before he passed away. He was really at the height of his artistic powers. He had written all of his operas prior to writing this concerto. And Mozart had a special affinity for the clarinet. He had a very good friend, Anton Stadler, for whom he wrote the Mozart Trio and the Mozart Clarinet Quintet, and incredible parts in Clemenza di Tito, his opera that he wrote just prior to writing this concerto, and then of course the concerto itself. Mozart was fascinated with the range of the clarinet. The clarinet has quite a large range, and in fact his friend Stadler was experimenting with an instrument at the time called the basset clarinet, which had even lower range than the regular clarinet. And the piece was originally written for that experimental instrument. And I think, having done all of his operas prior to this piece, I think Mozart really was fascinated with using the extended range of the normal clarinet and the basset clarinet to in some ways have conversations with itself. There are times in the first movement where the clarinet's used to portray what could be considered a soprano in an opera, and then a bar later, something down low, and in response to that, as if it were a dialogue between a soprano and a baritone. And I think this really was a striking feature for him in this newly developing instrument, the clarinet and the basset clarinet. And it really set this piece apart from other concerti in the use of his feelings about writing operatically for instruments that had not really been considered in that way. So it's a very special piece for clarinetists all over the world. We hold it very close to our hearts because it's so special. Especially the slow movement is one of the most sublime things ever written for the clarinet. Really looking forward to playing it for you this week on Friday and Saturday. So please join us. Thank you very much.